it's great to see the ingenuity of people like yourself and some of the other adopters of wildlife homes. And one of the things we hope to do, of course, is to exchange information between. I know you've already been helping your neighbours on another site up the hill.
Yeah,
Exactly. Which is the sort of thing you want to encourage.
Yeah, and I mean, because for me, as I said, we grew up with that mentality. For instance, if my dad got a new variety of plant, he would always tell us, you give to at least 3 different persons. So if yours didn't grow, at least you can go and say, can I have a slip or something from the one? Yeah. So that is what it's about. It's about us sharing information, because, I mean, just the other day, Elvis, he came here and we were looking at the Ixora flower, and he said, why, you haven't been eating some of the berries, the seeds of from the plant. I said, they're edible? And he said, yes. And he just took some and popped them in his mouth, and it's like, I mean, we had those plants at home where I grew up in Webbs as a kid, but I never knew that the berries are edible. So, you know, so that's what the whole experience is like. It's about sharing.
What's a very useful project officer, Elvis is.
Exactly. You know, and Elvis always, he's several of the plants that are here, apart from the Department of Environment with the tree planting day, we have gotten a lot of these plants. A lot of these, some of these are more than 20 years old. And it's from the tree planting day which I got some of these fruit trees. But Elvis has always been giving me, because he's a very conscientious agriculturist. Yes. He brings in all these different varieties. He's been growing pears, American pears and apples, and getting fruit. And so he's been sharing with me some of those techniques, and as an extension officer, that's the value that these guys bring to bear in terms of their actual professional experience, and bringing this information, showing me especially how to use some of the mulching material and other techniques in terms of getting production. Because he comes here and you know, you look at something and say, well, you know, it's like on the lower section I had some pineapples with a lot of shade. He said, you know, you're not going to get very much out of these after a couple of years. And lo and behold, it's turned out. So I've actually relocated some on the slope in brighter lighting areas. Even the string beans that you're seeing over there, he said, I mean, I called him and said, you know, they look a little etiolated, because we learned that from in biology. And he said, oh yes, it's the mahogany trees. String beans, they don't like that much shade, you know. So it's all of this. And then to be able, because then my son, he just came back from, he's finished university. So I said, you know, Elvis told me the same, the problem was with the string beans because the lack of light. So it's about sharing, and you know, you're seeing the benefits of you know, the sharing, and because it goes both ways, you know. One of the things I just want to mention with the rocks, I learned how to do the stone walls from a local guy, Jared Bazi. We call him Rastaman Shines. And he and myself, we were doing some of the walls at my home, and we experimented with different techniques. But I learned from him how to do the stone walls. I just want to say special thanks in terms of him showing me how to do this, because I've developed a skill that stonework, it's $250 a day you pay a stonemason. And that's a stonemason only. If you have a laborer for supporting. So I've developed several $100,000 worth of values just in the stone walls, just from learning from him. Yeah, because he was willing to share. And so it's the whole thing of sharing. I tried starting to get my son doing some of it, and he's done some little dry walls when he was before going to university. But again, it's about someone shared with you, so you can share with someone else, and that's how the community grows and builds.
Great.
That's it.
So thank you so much, Mr. Cassells. That's absolutely been fascinating, and I've really appreciated I can see why the tourists like your tours. I can tell you that.
Okay.
And
Yes.
thank you very much indeed. I'm sure another occasion we'll come back for another instalment because you've got lots and lots and lots of valuable stuff to say.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's you know, I can keep you here for another 2 days.
I'm going to lose the light. So.
Yeah. But you know, it's I enjoy doing this, and you know, it's always such an experience, even sharing.
Yes.
And for me, it's always important to be able to share.
And thank you
Because
very much for sharing with us.
I learned a lot from other individuals. Like I would say, you know, like Bruce as a Rotarian, he took me and said, "Oh, let me teach you about business," you know, and stuff like that. You know, so
You're making business with the rocks.
of course,
Make business with the rocks. You're quite right, Antoine.
so many different ways.
Yeah.
You know.